Hello everybody, how are we doing? I believe this audio is working all good. How is everybody? Thank you for joining. Welcome to the full Reptile podcast, I guess. The Prelim podcast, the Fight Day podcast, Media Tent podcast. We're here in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex. And my God, have they got a show lined up for us today. Just getting that bout sheet.
Look at my baby. My daughter's got her UFC shirt on. Baby Bobby is ready to watch the champ fight tonight. Biggie versus McLovin. I mean, look at my beautiful baby Luna. She's as excited as Daddy is to watch these fights.
They have stuck my bout sheet to the table. So I can't even take it off. But it's all good. I can read. Has everybody been watching the Chase Hooper fight on the Fight Pass prelims? It was awesome. Very good. That guy has a lot of heart, man. Does not give up. Hello, Tim McCarthy. Hope everybody's doing well. Kyoto, eh? I'm not even sure where that is.
Previous UFC champion has ever done before. So the former UFC welterweight champion Matt Hughes knows a thing or two about a quick turn. UFC 63 September.
Hello, Raj.
Hughes finished BJ Penn to successfully defend his title, and then less than 2 months later, UFC 65 in November.
Where are we all watching from, guys? So we're about to start these ESPN prelims now. I don't know if you can hear the actual commentary in the background. It's pretty loud in here, but you probably can. That's all good though. We're about to go into the women's strawweight fight now with Tisha Torres and Sam Hughes. This really is a stacked card, man. This is so stacked. I've been looking forward to this all day. We've been sat in our Airbnb watching Cage Warriors all day as well. I don't know if you guys watch any Cage Warriors on Fight Pass, but they've just had a trilogy basically. So a trilogy, 3 days in a row, three fight cards in a row, and they've all been really, really good. We've just been watching what's his name? Perry Goodwin and Morgan Schapper. It was a good fight, man. I'm a big fan of Perry Goodwin, and I was devastated. Well, I wasn't devastated, but I was gutted to see that he lost. Very cool, man. So we got Japan. Oh, wow. Japan. Very cool, man. Kyoto, Japan. That is dope. China. Very cool. Very cool. New Zealand as well. A place I've always wanted to go. South America, Georgia. Very cool. So let me give you a little run through of what we got going on. I am just going to rip this off the table, lads. 1 second. Very cool. New Zealand. I can hear my phone coming through there. 1 second. Well, I was hoping I'm keeping that as a memorial, but what a load of rubbish that looks like now. Well, Gaethje Chandler, it's a good fight. That is a really good fight. A scene just in Gaethje at Extreme Couture. Couldn't film anything though because he was sparring. But he's looking good, man. He's Gaethje, but when does Gaethje never look like a badass? He's been grappling with Mads Bennell as well, who's in town. For me, Mads Bennell is it's the one that got away with the UFC. They cut him after he lost to Arnold Allen, but he didn't absolutely destroy him, but he was certainly winning. And then he got caught with a rear naked and got cut. But Mads Bennell is something else. Thank you very much, Jamie. And he's now been signed to Bellator. So no doubt in the next couple of years we'll be seeing Mads Bennell working that featherweight title, which will be pretty cool. But enough of maybe this should be called the Why Am I Bold podcast. At the weigh-ins yesterday, I was giggling, man, because the comments, they were funny, and they were about my absence of hair, shall we say. And someone said, "Why are you bald?" Funny comment. I enjoyed it. So, we have Sam Hughes walking out right now. I'm not sure how far behind or ahead you guys might be. I have no idea. But I imagine you're probably about 20-30 seconds behind us. So if I'm spoiling it, apologies. Maybe pause it for 15 minutes. I'll let you know. If you're interested, I will let you know anyway. I'll let you know when the round starts, and I'll put in a little time entry. So if you want to pause it and wait until it gets to like 4:55 of the first round, and then hit play, then you'll be in sync or something. It might be a good idea. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. It is. These last two, well, the co-main especially, is certainly going to be a bloodbath. We have actually just set up some strange thing that I didn't know you could actually even do, which is called Super Chat. And I'm not really sure of what the purpose of it is, but thought I'd chuck that on. You can send some stickers and what's Super Chat? Oh, right, okay. So you have to spend moolah. I see. Still, it's a pretty cool little feature. Still bald, lad, still bald. John Jones is bald, and he's the hardest man on the planet, so... What's my predictions for Holland and Jacare? Well, that's an interesting one. I've been debating this with a few fighters recently, actually, and a few people were saying they've got Jacare. For me personally, I see Kevin Holland taking this. He's just on a storm at the moment, and he's absolutely killing it everywhere. You know, the only fight really that we've seen Kevin struggle or not come out 100% on top so far in the past 5 fights or so is Darren Stewart, man. Is Darren Stewart, and Darren Stewart, he's a good fighter, very strong athlete. Apparently he smells great as well. You gotta love Kevin Holland. His chat is just great, isn't it? It's he doesn't trash talk you with negative things 90% of the time. He's usually complimenting you. I remember when he was fighting Darren Stewart, and they got in a clinch position, and the first thing he says was, "Oh, he's strong," and then he leaves the octagon and he goes and has his interview with who I can't remember who it was. It's probably Bisbing, and he's complimenting how Darren Stewart smells so good. He's a cool character. I like him a lot, man. But you know, we've seen him like knockout artists as well, like Joaquin Buckley. We've seen his strength tested in the clinches with Darren Stewart. Has he gone to the ground properly yet? I can't really remember, but I think he likes to keep it stood up more, so I can imagine Jacare taking this to the ground, but we're gonna have to see, man. But I'm imagining a Kevin Holland victory here.
Been a busy guy this year as well, hasn't he?
He has. How dare you, Death Metal? I'm not. It's like only I can see that comment because it's been held for review. But Deftones are the boys. Appreciate the stream, my man. Our pleasure, James. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you joining. Is Tony still cutting weight? Not sure. Hey. So, we arrived today, and I was not expecting this whatsoever, but we pulled up, and I saw the UFC Apex store had some like Father Christmas stickers all over it. And then as we started walking in, there's like Christmas music pumping around, like everywhere. It had a really cool little Christmas feel. As you can see, the UFC PR have sorted us out with a nice little Christmas tree and some chocolates under the Christmas tree. This is like American Kit Kats, which I've never seen before like this, but I'm sure they're nice. Got some Hershey's. Can't show you that one. But we also got gifted some presents from the UFC. So let me show you these.
Should I get mine out? Save you.
Yeah, you can get them both out if you want. If you want to have a mug-off competition. So got a nice little card here from the UFC saying, James, have a happy holiday season and we look forward to seeing you soon in the new year. UFC PR. Very cool. And then I'm going to be drinking out of this thing at every opportunity, to be quite honest.
Christmas morning cup of tea and that.
Oh,
Sure.
have you got it out already?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There it is.
Thanks for ruining the reveal.
No, I just said I'd get mine out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But yeah, UFC mugs.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah.
I like the shape to it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That's really cool.
So that's pretty cool of the UFC right there to I'm gonna put that in shot. Oi. Did you get my hat?
Oh, that's still in the car. Let me go grab that.
Yeah, that's alright. No worries, bro. Thanks for getting that iPad though, bro. Appreciate
Yeah, no worries,
that, mate.
no worries. I didn't actually see the end of the Chase Hooper fight though.
Did you not? He won
No.
by heel hook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He did look like he was chasing it.
He did. He
Chase.
did. Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a nice little pun there.
yeah.
Might have to try and work that into a question. Chase, I saw you chasing that heel hook.
But no, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad he won.
Yeah, man.
Peter Barrett was going after him, I think, because he looked a little bit. We were staying kind of retreating a little bit at first.
For real.
You knew what he was going for, and yeah.
He was
glad he got
battering
it.
him really on the feet, to be honest. He smashed up his legs. He could barely stand. Chase's head movement still needs a little bit of work, but I'm sure he's aware of that. Kid's flipping young. Ooh, Tisha Torres coming in with a pressure right here. She's a little monster, ain't she? Tisha Torres.
Yeah.
What's Robbie? I was going to not read that out, but you wouldn't even know what we're on about.
No.
Some UK lols right there. My mug says KFC. AJ.
That's a lovely mug.
Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury all day death metal.
AJ got the win tonight, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
You're not a fan,
I'm not
are
really
you?
that bothered about AJ, man. He's like, I just feel like he's playing a game too much, like a nice game, like, and I get it. It's cool, like, to be humble and fair play. I like all of that, but it's just like every single time, it's just like a speech that he's making because his grandma's been like, be a good boy.
Yeah. And I
It's
think
just a bit like, oh, I'm sick of this, man. Just, I saw him like come out of his shell a little bit in the face-off though. Got a little bit nasty, didn't he?
I think when it's like that be humble thing, it's like he's automatically putting himself above everyone else without, you know what I mean? Like he's playing that kind of. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of him, to be honest. I think he's a great boxer, but
I don't even know if he's that. Well, obviously he's good, isn't he? But like, I'm just a bit of an Anthony Joshua hater. So you're asking the wrong person really about that.
But Tyson Fury, I think, would.
Tyson
Skull
Fury,
there.
though, man. Fury is the G. We've been fortunate enough to go and cover one of his fights, his Wilder and Wilder Fury fight last year. This time last year in January. So I say this time last year in January. That made absolutely no sense. Thank you, mate. Last year in January, eh?
Highly anticipated fight. Having that fight fall out and having this
Yeah, I agree. Tyson is just like Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, just doesn't come near Tyson in a fight. Obviously, he's got puncher's chance, but man, I'm Tyson every day over. Oh no, but it's ruined my card. No, my card. Ooh, Tisha Torres coming in on that, bro.
And there were times in her UFC career where she was also pursuing.
I love this tenacity from Tisha right here, man. She's going. She is smashing Sam Hughes here. Who's watching? Come on, who is watching this?
Round 2 coming up.
You spelt Boldy wrong. I was reading that badly. What do you think of the Fiziev fight? And you spelt Fiziev wrong as well. So try again, mate. Wow, Tisha Torres on fire, man. Oi, oi. Be missing my Raptors hat. Might whack that on. That way. Well, actually, I keep on reminding you I'm bold, so I'm going to leave it on for another couple of minutes, and then I'll put it on. Try and shine this light directly into your pupils and blind you all. But yeah, we're here. For those that just joined in, we're here, Las Vegas. Las Vegas. We are here in the Apex. This is amazing. Loving it. The whole city is on. The whole city ain't even really on lockdown. I was about to say, like, we've been like walking through the strip and like there's like people going mad, like watching the American football matches, like, and I mean going mad, like diving on each other, beers flying everywhere. It's crazy. Like, it was a bit scary, wasn't it? Like, only because like I'm not scared really of getting COVID or anything like that, but I was scared of missing some of the events here.
I think that was because when we arrived it was Thanksgiving weekend as well, so everyone was celebrating that and out and about, and there's a big American football game traditionally on that day, so yeah, everyone was kind of just let loose, I think, a bit.
Yeah, they were, man. It was a wild moment. I enjoyed it though, because I'm a fan of wild moments.
But yeah, feeling very Christmassy in here today. It's the first time I felt Christmassy this year, I think. Considering it is almost Christmas, like next week. So it was nice to walk in to some Christmas music and some decorations.
Yeah, it was, man. It was cool. It was cool. There we go. Now I'm not bored. Oh, mate, I'm not bothered. Don't worry, lads. It's all good. Thank you for the lovely, nice comments, though. Appreciate you all. So what happened? So the fight's off.
Yeah,
like last
really
time I looked up, it was the end of round one. See, this is a little problem that we have here. Is that like we're chatting to you, we're reading the comments, trying to stay up with everyone, what they're saying, and then when we get into a flow of something, it's just a look up and then the fight's off. Like, whoa, whoops, here we go. All TKO.
Well, it was a doctor's stoppage.
It was a doctor stoppage.
Yeah, but I stopped by doctor's advice, he said. So I don't know whether she was just getting absolutely,
What's up with her
beat up.
face?
Maybe she's broke her nose.
She loves competing in this environment with no crowd. She can hear her coaches, Justin Houghton and Jason Kutz, and Tisha Torres is back in a big way, man.
Tisha did look good today.
Yeah.
Tisha Torres back in the game, looking for that strawweight title.
Her traps are huge.
Yeah, she's a very muscly individual.
Yeah.
I've seen her at weigh-ins when her girlfriend was weighing in, and why have I forgot her name? can't remember. Someone in the chat is going to remind me. Thank you guys. Love you all for that. Helping me with my little mind glitches. But chuck that in the chat for me. I'm going to kick myself when I read it. But I seen her at the weigh-ins, man. Woo!
Oh shit!
Are you alright? We nearly caught someone just fell over onto our table. Did anybody just see that?
I think Oscar did.
I've got to go. I've got to watch this now. Literally,
What did he trip over?
man went flying. Can you please make a question before John Morgan? John isn't even here.
I think he'll be in the Apex, won't he?
Yeah, John's in the actual arena right now. Raquel Pennington, that's the one. Thank you there. It was Raquel. Yeah, Raquel Pennington. Yeah, so where was I with that? Oh yeah, so she was weighing in, and then Tisha Torres was there watching. She was in front of me, and yeah, I couldn't believe her tone. She's an incredible athlete.
Yeah. She looks it. I mean, I was thinking, even though she was on like a 4-fight losing streak.
I don't think people are quite understanding this, to be honest. Mr. BYM Clips, do not get it twisted, mate. I asked for my hat earlier. Jamie brought it. I was planning on wearing it anyway. If you want me to rock the boldness, boys.
What are people saying that you're worried about being bold? He's not worried, trust me.
Someone's saying that rock the boldness. Like, man is shocked.
There is a bit of a draft in it. I mean, if you haven't got hair, you probably have got a cold head anyway.
There we go. I'm too embarrassed of the shine that I am going to do this. You palonka, bro.
Surprised no one's ripped me about my hair.
Yeah. Innit, man? Like, we've got my hair here, and then we've got PewDiePie over here who gets nothing. Oh, man.
Yeah, I do get that PewDiePie quite a lot.
Yeah, you do look like PewDiePie.
I've never followed him. I'm not 100% sure what he kind of looks like, to be honest.
He looks like a weird lad with blonde hair like you. There we go. So Tisha Torres with the win. Woohoo! Looking good. She looked fire, man. Like aggression was like 120 there.
But I was saying, if you look at her losses, I mean, who did she lose against in that streak? It was like Joanna, Whaley.
Yeah, when she was in title contention for sure.
I mean, the people she lost against were not at all. You know, they were champs or former champs. So I think she'll definitely get her chance again.
Yeah, sure. I agree. So we've got the featherweight bout now, which is, some people are saying, ooh, fight of the night.
Yeah,
fight of the night,
me.
lads. Fight of the night. What we saying? What's everyone in the chat saying? We got fight of the night here or not? Billy Quantrillo against Gavin Tucker. This is going to be something special. Billy's killing it as well at the moment. Absolutely destroying it. Where are you boys from in the UK? We're from Leicester, from the LC. LC, baby. The hat is back on.
Damn, that body armor flavor's nice. Watermelon strawberry.
The pineapple coconut mix is a bit of a hit with me.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this fight. I picked this as my fight of the night yesterday.
Did you? Yeah, you did as well. Yeah, same. Then we've got Renato Moicano and Rafael Fiziev. Then Cub Swanson, Daniel Pineda. Then Dos Santos, Cyril Gain. Then Kevin Holland, Jacare Souza. Then Mackenzie Dern and Werner Jador. And then Tony Ferguson. And then Charles Oliveira. and then Davison Figueiredo and Brand. Oh my God, man! Like,
It's a fire card.
which is the worst? Which is the worst fight on there? Because they're like, I know we don't ever usually ask that question. It's usually which is the best fight, but every card and every fight on here is just banging.
The only one I could see if Werner and Mackenzie, maybe if it goes to the floor, it'd be a bit less entertaining.
Nah,
That's on
I
feet,
disagree.
but-
Completely
fair enough.
disagree. That's going to be a grapple frenzy, that one. This
Yeah.
is like Mackenzie Dern's biggest test so far on the ground. I'm looking forward to seeing that. This is like a fight for jiu-jitsu fans. This is going to be like a good grapple. Good grapple. I'm looking forward to that. But if you are kind of like don't really understand jiu-jitsu and don't really like it, then yeah, you could probably say that out of all of these awesome fights, that one is maybe the least entertaining. But I personally don't think so.
So which one do you think is going to be the least entertaining?
Probably. Do you know what? I would have said Kevin Holland and Jacare, but it's Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland is just like entertaining on his own. God, there isn't one, is there?
Yeah,
There
I
is
don't think it's gonna
literally,
be-
there isn't one. There isn't, like, I'm scared to say that's not a good fight, because they're all good fights, but which is like, it's like we're looking at like 9 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, like, let's pretend they're birds,
Mhm.
yeah? It's just like, yep, 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 yep. Like, they're all just great, every one of them. But I do know what you mean. The one that does probably have the most potential to be not as entertaining probably is the Mackenzie Dern fight, but it is going to be entertaining.
Yeah, it's hard. You can't really say there's going to be a bad fight.
Nah.
Like you said, they're all above a 9, but you know the rest of them are 10, I guess.
For sure. I think we got like a couple of 8s as well. I'd say Cub Swanson, Daniel
Scale.
Pineda is a bit of an 8. Renato Moicano and Rafael Fiziev. That's one of those ones where like where in real life they're hotter than they look in photo.
I think Pineda Cub's going to be good because they're both mad. Like a lot of experience between them both, and so in a way it's like that kind of nothing to lose in a sense. But I think that's going to be a really entertaining fight. Cub Swanson's always good to
like
watch.
I said, man, every
Yeah.
fight is. But like, if we're gonna be like, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
if we're gonna be like
Pedantic.
really pedantic, yeah.
Number 1 versus number 2 in the world, the champion taking on the number 1 contender, and Joe Davison.
Thug Rose versus Wei Li, official.
Ooh.
No, someone's saying that in comments. I'm not sure.
Can't wait to see where
The sauce. What up, Saucy? One of our regular boys is the sauce. Perry question. What was the Perry question? Did I miss that? Perry question, mate. Pervy. Yeah, I can't really answer that one. Everyone here is beautiful. It's a good answer, wasn't it?
Yeah. Make everyone happy.
Who was watching Chase Hooper on UFC Fight Pass?
Cannot wait for the main event though.
Yeah, you're probably the biggest Figueiredo fan I've ever met.
Yeah, I know. He's just got his just fighting style is wicked. I think he's like one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC at the minute.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think you'll ask for a photo with him?
Not really. I feel like it's-
Really?
Maybe.
Thought you might get it printed and pop it on your pillow.
Get him to sign my mug. That would be cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it, actually? Have you got a Sharpie?
I haven't actually.
That's a sweet idea. Get everyone on the card to sign the mug.
Yeah, that would be wicked, wouldn't it? That would be worth quite a bit as well.
Yeah, maybe like a couple of £100. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I haven't got a Sharpie with me though, so
I might have a Sharpie with me, you know, like genuinely might have a Sharpie, so I'll have a look in
if
a
the
minute.
opportunity comes up, I'm going to get him to do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Davison Figueiredo on my new UFC mug.
Yeah, the co-main is something else. How do we see the co-main going? Because, like, in my opinion, this co-main event is well, it reminds me of like when you used to play Tekken with your mates, and you'd all be the same character. Like you'd both be King or you'd both be Lee. Like,
oh, it's Chase Hooper.
oh, here's Chase Hooper. There you see that popping up in there. You'd have to have a little look out throughout the show of all these guys coming through. But I'm just gonna switch the thing.
Chase, congrats on the win. A lot of perseverance you had to show with that third round submission. What are your initial thoughts after a win like that?
I'm just happy. Obviously, I'm always happy to get a finish. It's just, not to kind of butcher what Gary Tonin said in one of his post-fight things, but it's so much pressure and so much stress to just get this opportunity for 15 minutes to show what you've been working on for months. So it's such a huge amount of pressure, but when it's off and you're able to be happy and have a win, it's one of the craziest feelings ever.
And what are your thoughts on your performance in there? Obviously, I think a lot of people online had you possibly down 2-0 going into the third, but you won nonetheless. What did you make of your performance?
Yeah, so I really wasn't quite sure. I felt like I was not necessarily controlling on the feet. I feel like he had the cage control and the leg kicks, but I felt like obviously I was doing a lot better because I wasn't getting hit in the face as much. That was a huge thing for me going into this fight, is not getting the brain trauma. But I definitely knew that it was a toss-up. I knew I didn't have it in the bag. But again, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to go the full 15 if I don't have to. And yeah, he was doing really good with the takedown defense. For my singles and my doubles, I'm going to go workshop that with Ben once I get back and, have him show me some stuff. But the Imanari stuff I felt like was working on him, so I threw it again. And we got stuck down there, which was kind of the main thing. I knew he was going to try to scramble up. I heard his coaches in corners the whole time being like, hey, get up, get up, get up. So I was like, okay, he's going to, try to just, as soon as it hits the ground, pop back up. But I was able to kind of hold him there. Work myself into that position and finish the heel hook, so I'm happy with it.
And you are in an interesting position where you're still young in your career, but you're very popular amongst the fans. Your thing with Ben Askren caught a lot of attention. So what do you want next for your next fight?
I always just take it fight by fight. The main thing is I'm not even close to being in my prime physically yet. I feel like my body is still going to be maturing for another, 8 to 10 years. Who knows how long. So I'm really just trying to take it fight by fight and obviously improve my skill set. Because while I did get the win, while I did get a finish, I know there's stuff to work on. But I'm getting more comfortable in there, getting comfortable with the pressure. I walked out there like it was nothing. And, the whole fight, I felt like I was there mentally. I was able to kind of see what was going on and not just have it be a blur, not just have it be on autopilot. So I don't know. I really just take it fight by fight, see what the matchmakers want, and yeah.
And you mentioned the leg kicks. How is your leg after that one?
It's gonna be a little sore in the morning. Obviously, though, my main thing is I really did not want to, have a sore jaw after this one. Eating's my huge vice, so I'm gonna go home or back to the hotel or whatever and just eat as much as I can. Stuff myself up. And, obviously the leg kicks, I need to work on the checking. I knew he was going to leg kick a lot kind of going into it. But I felt like I started to pick up on that a little more later into the rounds. But obviously, I'd let it go for too long.
And one final one. I think the trend of your previous fights is like you're not even old enough to drink to celebrate. Now you are. Is there a celebratory beer in your future after this one?
I'm not a big alcohol guy. My two vices are, caffeine and sugar. So I'm gonna go pound some coffees and eat some M&Ms. It's gonna be the main.
What's up, Chase? In the end, you were punching him in the head when you guys were sort of locked up on the ground. Was he headbutting your hand?
Yeah, it was. That's one of those things where, like, mentally, you're just like, all right, is he doing that? You're kind of like laughing to yourself a little bit, but yeah, he was like trying to. I understand where he's coming from with the like trying to hurt my hand. So I did kind of have to adjust with that, but I thought it was kind of funny in the moment. But he was definitely like kind of headbutting my fist a little bit.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
You mentioned that, or in the post-fight, you mentioned that you worked with Ryan Hall for this. What sort of work did you really take from that, and how much did that benefit and what the outcome of tonight?
Yeah, I tried to take it, every piece of knowledge that I could from training with Ryan Hall. He's one of the, I feel like the best grappler in MMA. At least jiu-jitsu guy, obviously, but we got Khabib out there, but let's not talk about that. No, but it was crazy I've always wanted to train with him, so it was cool to be able to go out there, and I just picked up all the stuff. Like the Imanari felt super natural to me, because it is more of that jiu-jitsu style versus the wrestling where it's just kind of grimy. It's got a little more of a flow to it, and I got to kind of work with him and Ton Lei, who's in one championship. He just won the belt, actually. And kind of working on some of the leg kick stuff as well. And I'm just trying to work on my striking, obviously, and, getting it to where I want to be, getting it to go on the ground.
So is that sort of a one-off going to train with them, or is that something that you're going to try to incorporate for more and more?
I was actually planning on trying to go train with Ton. He's down in New Orleans before I found out that he was actually fighting, a couple weeks, so it would be like midway through the camp, so he was already gone. But I would have loved to train with him. I would like to train with these guys as much as I can. Just being at this high level where it's literally the top of the top guys, I want to go in there and win and, have a nice long career in the UFC. But I feel like I need to, kind of train with these high level guys. And, I would love to keep doing it if they'd like to keep having me.
And you look like you had a nice little moment with Peter afterwards. What did you guys say to each other right after the fight?
I was just like, good job. I told him those leg kicks hurt. But yeah, I'm not a guy that fights angry, so, I'll shake his hand before, I'll shake his hand after, I'll shake his hand in the middle. I don't care. I'm just here for the sport of it. But it's always respect after. Everybody's cool. So it was just, sportsmanship.
And then finally, looking into 2021, what sort of goals are you setting for yourself? What sort of things you hope you achieve in 2021?
I don't know. I hope that, first of all, I hope that training can be legalized again. I want to be able to get back in there once all this Corona stuff gets, over with. But obviously that's not going to be happening for a while. I'm just trying to build my skill set and prove that I need to be, that I belong to be here, that I belong here because it's the highest level. I'm only 21, but I need to, I'm already in the mix. I gotta stay there, and I gotta, earn my spot. That's the biggest thing for me.
Hey, Chase. So first, congratulations. I don't know if you've had time to check your phone, but it is a running joke. Have you heard from Ben Askren yet?
No, I put my phone on airplane mode. I didn't want to see any of the mean comments if I got beat up, so that's kind of my thing.
Thank you.
Hey Chase, how you doing, mate?
Hey, good to see
Congratulations on congratulations on the great victory. Obviously, we're all living in a very different world now since your last fight. So I'm wondering what's been the biggest challenge for you, if any, during this fight camp?
The weight cut's always a big thing for me. It's harder when I don't have the same amount of training I used to have. I used to train 6-8 hours a day, but now it's been, reduced to whatever we can get. It's more quality over quantity, so I feel like it's better for my body, but it makes it hard, getting that weight off because at the end of the day, I'm still growing. So, you know, kind of each one of these fights, I'm cutting from a little higher up, and I just kind of have to deal with that. Sweet. Thank you.
Relax, take your water.
Yo, yo, yo.
6 + 5.
I haven't caught any of this fight, man. See, this is so hard sometimes to do this because obviously Chase has come in, you're listening to what Chase is saying, you're asking him questions, and then you're completely forgetting that there's fights on because they turn off the audio as well. But what's going on? Come on, fill me in on this one, lads. I didn't go anywhere. I was just sorting out the.
Yeah. This is where the fight starts, Gavin. This is where the fight starts.
Okay, so what round are we going into now? This must be the second, right? Billy's bleeding.
Well, tonight you may have heard a UFC flyweight championship matchup between the title holder Davison Figueiredo and tough alum Brandon Moreno. Also on tap, Tony Ferguson takes on Charles Oliveira in an incredible lightweight
So,
matchup. You can purchase UFC
we are halfway through, nearly halfway through the prelims, which sounds good.
Coco McNeil in the corner of Gavin Tucker, keeping things very technical. They really strategize and game plan, DC. Not all fighters are that deep in terms of the strategy and the pre-fight thought as they are.
Well, you know, a lot of fighters lately have been telling us in these meetings they don't watch film. Right. This young man watches a ton of film. He said that he watches it all the time to try to get a beat. Look at that. He's finding Billy Quarantillo.
Ooh, nice head kick there. If you guys want to sync up with me, I am at 4 minutes and 20. Okay. I'm at 4 minutes and 15. I didn't know which number to pick, and then I was too late, and I didn't even pick a number, and then we were into the 1918.
So you don't respect the guy for what he truly is. So you let the other guys watch it that aren't as tied to it. Oh. I mean, Tucker looks fantastic right now, though.
He does.
He looks like he's
So Jamie is currently, we've got another camera here, one camera here, we got one audio set up there, one audio set up there, and now Jamie's just going to be cutting up that Chase interview, which is he'll be doing just there, whilst I keep you guys occupied.
Billy Q has just got that high pace. Those body shots are slowing him down.
I mean, this Tucker's so skilled, man. He's popping that jab. He's got what this coach said. Jab looking good when you're out there.
I haven't mentioned Tony.
And his defense.
Yep. Your hands are always in the right place, countering.
He's done a great job of blocking the right hand after that one big one got in.
See, this does, so me and Jamie were saying this is possible contender for fight of the night, and it is proving very back and forth.
Yeah, the volume hasn't stopped from Billy Q.
But like I say, I have just tuned into the start of round 2, missed the first round because Chase Hooper was in here, and we were getting the interview with Chase. But Chase, man, I've just got Chase on the mind at the moment. After that interview, I just can't believe like how young and mature he is for a UFC athlete. Like, he's got the world at his feet, and it's quite cool to see him taking a a humble and yeah, sorry, it's nice to see him taking that approach.
Top off that straight left. Good straight. Good knee though down the middle by Billy. And again, landed another one.
Both guys landing a pretty good clip here in round 2, but Tucker landing the cleaner shots as we come up on 2 minutes here to go in the round.
Look at what Tucker does, though. When Billy starts to get to momentum, he goes and takes underhooks. He doesn't just grab him. He grabs him with an underhook, 2 underhooks now, and now he has.
Gavin is dragging Billy around right here.
Tucker's very strong.
And clearly came in to invest in the body. He has touched that body of Billy Q more than any previous UFC opponent.
God, this is a brawl. So far, the most fun, the most active fight. Oh, that is not a nice position. I'm surprised he gave that up there. So far, though, what I was getting at was Tisha Torres. Just her pace and tenacity tonight was just, it was outstanding. I just love seeing fights that are like that quick, that fast. Not fast as in like a finish, but like fast activity, up, down, cardio for days type of fight. Fantastic to watch. I have a feeling the Tony Ferguson and Charles Oliveira fight is going to be a bit of a cardio fight, some roly-polies off the fence and scrambles, left, right and centre, up, down, punching. Like, I just see that, like, I did say this in the weigh-ins, but like, if somebody was to say to me, how do you imagine the Tony Ferguson Charles Oliveira fight, if you've ever seen the Tasmanian Devil have a fight, I think it's just going to be identical to that. A big tornado of dust and foots flying out. Like, I can just, that is how I see that fight going now.
Looked like maybe he slipped there. He's had a penchant for some big third rounds. Round 3 coming up.
Yeah. Sit down, Q.
Yeah, let me just get some of this information
Could
up.
have went either way. Round 2, we won. We need round 3. We need to finish. Breathe. Hold the water in your hand.
Lene, thank
Take
you
a
so
couple
much.
breaths.
Love it. It's cool.
7 minus 3. All right, go again. Slow your breathing down. Just stay sharp, speed over power.
Okay, sorry guys, just setting up my iPad.
This is your round, Gavin.
Because I'm just getting out all of my revision.
Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. Time flies when you're having fun. Those 10 minutes ripped off the clock. Significant strikes advantage Tucker, 90-69.
As soon as we find out SP, I shall let you know.
In this third and final round, huge 5 minutes here in terms of the career trajectory of both men. Tucker picking up right where he left off.
I mean, this Tucker looks so sharp right now, man.
Yeah, the eye injury didn't look great. I shall find out for you though. I will. I'll find that information out when the right person comes in.
Everything is so precise. There's no
So Tucker's actually coming off 2 wins at the moment.
Look at that takedown. And he's dominating him in every place.
And it is probably important to note that his last 2 wins were by rear naked choke as well. Ooh, there's nice body shots there. Oh, here we go. Here's Tisha Torres. One moment, guys, whilst I just adjusted the camera.
Tucker didn't have the wrestling weaponry when he made his UFC debut. He really has evolved and developed it.
Congratulations on the win. A very impressive performance. What are your initial thoughts after that victory?
I'm really excited. I really did want to go a second and third round to get some ring time in, so I was surprised when it was over. But looking at her, her eye was full of blood, and she said she couldn't see out of it. So I understand why they stopped it. But I would have liked to go another 2 or 3 rounds, or 1 or 2 rounds, I guess.
Well, you mentioned the eye. Did you know how badly you had damaged it before they called the fight?
No, but looking at her, I saw she had like a small cut here, small cut there, and her eyes were already bruised up. She looked all, but I didn't notice the redness until I looked her in the eyes afterwards.
And I think you looked probably better than you have in a very long time in there. So what do you want next for your next opponent? Do you want to reschedule that Angela Hill fight? Are you looking for someone in the top 10? Where do you see your first fight for the next after this?
I definitely want somebody in the top 10. I asked for the top 10 for my last 2 fights and unfortunately didn't get that. So I think that's the best thing for me.
And you also mentioned you'd be ready in case there was like a last-minute fight. Is that going to be difficult to stay ready over the holidays?
No, I don't walk around heavy. And if I was told tonight, I could fight in 3 or 4 weeks, I would take the fight. Obviously, the more time I have, the better. But I'm in great shape right now and no injuries. So if the right fight, the right opportunity was there, I would take it, especially if it was somebody ranked above me.
You'd be willing to go to Fight Island to get the fight?
If I had to, I'd rather fight here in Vegas. I don't want to be quarantined like 5 times. This week was pretty hard. It was a little different than last time, it kind of sucks. But I'm grateful to still be fighting and still have a job right now.
And one final one. What did you say to Sam after that inside the octagon?
I told her, welcome to the UFC. Thank you for taking the fight. I appreciate it. And I told her if she ever wants to come train with me, down to train with her. And I said, enjoy the journey. It's a long one, and it's a fun one.
I got one
Good.
right here. Tisha, I think that when you have a fighter and, the record, you look on Wikipedia, there's a couple of those L's in a row. I think the fans, they could be a little quick. They don't realize, hey, look who they were against. Look at the competition. Knowing who that was against, how did you keep your morale up? Because clearly, with this victory, people would say this is a 180 from where we thought you were just earlier this year.
Yeah, it was hard to keep my morale up after losing a few fights in a row, but after every one, I told myself that I just need to pick my big girl underwear up and get in there and do it again. But it really was a mindset that was, not helping me. I was going through a hard time mentally, and I feel like I'm in a better place mentally to move forward in these next fights that are to come. It's really always a game of me against me. It's nothing to do with the opponent. It has to do with my self-confidence, and I lacked self-confidence fighting those girls. I thought they were like the shit. Maybe they are the shit, but I thought too highly of them. I'm just as great as them, and I'm one of the greatest fighters at the 115-pound division. So I just need to believe in myself more, and I'm gonna make it.
When you get a big win like this, what's your first plan when you get home? Have you envisioned celebrating this one?
I'm gonna go home and eat some yummy stuff, enjoy the holidays with my family. We have some family coming in town, enjoy the holidays with my nephews and stuff. Go see some family in Florida and Massachusetts as well. Just make my rounds.
Thanks, Tisha.
You're welcome.
One more. Did you say quarantine rules were a little different this time?
This time, yeah. Last time we were actually able to, take an Uber somewhere if we needed to go to Whole Foods and such. This time, we couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't walk to Whole Foods or I guess we took an Uber last time. We couldn't take an Uber to Whole Foods. Last time, my mom came in town, and I was able to go outside the hotel and speak to her after my fight. This time, if you go outside to the hotel, you have to stay out. Go to your own hotel. Yeah, it's really strict. I guess it's for the best with all these fights falling through and such. And this time we got a COVID test at home prior to coming to the fight. So that's how we knew Angela was COVID positive, because she had it after Thanksgiving, and that's when it came up. So, yeah.
Just quickly, you'd said that you wanted to show more out there, that you wanted to go longer. What specifically were you hoping to showcase out there?
I wanted a finish where I was either TKOing her with punches or elbows or get a submission. There's been one, and I don't want to say what it is because maybe I'll get it in my next fight, but there's been one in particular that I've been getting in every single practice, and I really wanted to get it on her. So I just really wanted to showcase more of what I've been working on the last 6 months. So what you saw in the first round, it was going to even pick up more in the second and third. I usually do better in the second and third round. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get a chance to show you guys that, but what I did show was great, and I'm glad I had a fight tonight.
And speaking of picking up, last question, your pacing, you seem to go at her a lot more ferociously, quicker. Was that part of the game plan to go out and hopefully just try to overwhelm her quickly?
Yeah, that's something that goes along with my self-confidence. I need to believe in my cardio because I have amazing cardio and I can go rounds and rounds and rounds. Just sometimes I hold back on that. So that's why I really would have loved to go a second and third round because it was only going to pick up from there. By the end of the first round, now I knew what her strengths were, what her weaknesses were. Like, nothing hurt. Her hardest punch, she's holding me on the fence, going as hard as she can. That didn't hurt at all. Her kicks, nothing. Her speed wasn't there. So I was just ready to capitalize on everything in the second and third round and make my adjustments where I needed it. I feel like my fight intelligence is very high, especially, with somebody just getting in the UFC. So I was looking forward to, showing some really pretty stuff in the second and third round. Good. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Happy holidays.
But you would have never kept it in the middle of the fight. He kept the same pace. He fought at with the same pressure. His skills never diminished over time. And that's what you
God,
see
it's
sometimes.
cold in here.
And the fight goes long, they get a little tired, they lose their defense.
Very,
but he never did that.
very impressive performance from Tisha Torres. It looks like Gavin Tucker just won. Again, this. Oh, okay.
Body kick from Tucker early in the fight. Then these elbows landed a lot on the inside. I mean, he couldn't miss with the straight right hand. Another high kick landed early. The Quarantillo kind of just ate it.
Yeah, Quarantillo had a good chin on him throughout this fight. So he was getting some poundings from all sorts of limbs.
That takedown to take Quarantillo down 1 of 7 times that he got takedowns. He had a fantastic performance.
All right, some numbers now on Gavin Tucker. 106 significant strikes, significant strike accuracy. Certainly a big part.
So we are now halfway through the prelims, these ESPN prelims. We've had Chase Hooper, Peter Barrett. Chase Hooper winning with a heel hook. We've had Tisha Torres versus Sam Hughes. Win by doctor stoppage. And now we've just had Gavin Tucker win against Billy Quarantillo, who's now being interviewed by Joe Rogan, who I just want to have a little listen to.
Showcase your technical ability. How did you feel about this fight?
Yeah, I really wanted this one, so I asked for it. Sean booked us twice already. COVID kind of got in the way and everything else, but Billy's a hell of a fighter, and that was a hell of a fight.
It was a hell of a fight, but it was also a great fight to showcase your ability to really play the matador, but also to utilize your wrestling skills, your trips, your clinch work, your footwork and angles. It was an excellent showcase for you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, my toolbox is getting deeper, or has been deep for a while, but I'm working with Big Danny Patterson. We've just been utilizing, getting those tools out. Got to show a few today. No disrespect to Billy, but he's an awkward fighter. I wanted to make this clean, beautiful on the feet, but it is really...
Can you guys hear this?
To box with a guy like that, he's just pitching baseballs left and right, and even the takedowns, everything's very unorthodox. So I'm happy with the win, but I'm sure watching it back, it's going to look pretty dirty, pretty rough and tumble.
I think you're going to enjoy it. I think it looked great. It was dirty, but sure, that's a Billy Quarantillo fight, but you did a fantastic job of utilizing movement and angles. Enjoy it, sir. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you inside the octagon again.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, very interesting.
Tucker talks like a coach, DC. I think he's got a future in coaching.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, he's got a mature head on. Does Gavin? So Gavin's going to be next in. I always say to you guys as well, if you do have any questions with regards to any of the fighters or any of the fights, chuck them into the chat, and if they're worth it, I will ask them. No problem.
While you watch UFC 256 tonight, get in on the action with UFC 256 Pick'em. Play for free and challenge friends. Go to ESPN.com/UFC Pick'em to make your picks. All right, these locker room shots are brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. Renato Moicano has carved out a nice UFC career, 6 wins in the Big Show already, with an outstanding strength of schedule, and he has only just now found his division. Tonight, he finds Kyrgyzstan's Rafael Fiziev in his bracket, which could be a problem.
I hope you all watched the Dan Hardy's breakdown on Moicano versus Rafael Fiziev, because it opened my eyes up a lot to Rafael. I think this is going to be a really cool, really good fight. Moicano seems to get a lot of his finishes on the ground as well. We saw his last fight against Damir Hadzovic, ending in, like, I don't know, however long it was, about 40 seconds or something. He got choked out, but he still wanted to carry on fighting because he seems to have a lot of fire in him, Moicano. And when asked by Hadzovic, why are you keeping fighting the fights off, he was like, I just want to keep fighting. And Damir was like, well, you shouldn't have submitted me. Dan Hardy's Deadliest Men. Damn, that's actually a good name for maybe a future project. Hope Ross Kemp doesn't mind, or whoever it was. Is Danny Dyer on it? Yeah, I remember that. Jesus Christ, what a car crash. So we are halfway through the prelims, as I was saying. Renato Moicano in a lightweight 3-round bout is facing Rafael Fiziev. Then we go to Cub Swanson in a featherweight 3-round bout against Daniel Pineda. Then we go into the most magic main event of the past couple of months, really. This is really going to be something. I'm so excited.
Shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. Tonight, though, he makes his fourth UFC appearance, and now with more on Fiziev, here's Megan O'Leary.
Hey, thank you so much, John. Yeah, Rafael Fiziev is quickly becoming such a highly touted prospect in the
So,
sport. And, you know,
Gavin took her in next into the post-fight press conference. I did say maybe I will ask some of you guys.
His offense is very commendable and impressive. We've also got
Yeah, Thomas Jordan knows. I was going to say, if you guys do want any questions being asked, chuck them into the chat. If anyone does a super chat, I am going to feel incredibly obliged to ask that question. Hopefully it's not something awful. But if it does, if somebody does do that, I am going to probably have to do that, right?
Performance this summer, Rafael Fiziev looks to keep it going in this highly anticipated matchup tonight with the Brazilian veteran Renato Moicano. After years of facing the featherweight division's finest, Renato Moicano began his road to lightweight glory in March. And after an impressive start, it's another step towards
So we're flying through here. I think we've got some of the post-fight press conference live. Not that you need to go see them right now as you're here. But I'm super excited about this fight. Something about it is telling me that we're going to see a first-round finish from Rafael Fiziev. And if you were to go back to last week, we did a, what are they called? Where you pick some. Jamie, what's that betting thing called? Where you you pick a accumulator. Don't worry, lads, I got the accumulator. We did a full Reptile accumulator. Maybe we should do this again. And who was the winner again? I can't remember his name. I do have it on my Mac, so I will go watch. But basically what we were doing is we was going to create a little chart basically with everybody that's live with us right now. And the winner just gets bragging rights, and you get marked on the leaderboard. So last time I think I got 3 out of 6 matches right. I got the last 2 right because I predicted Marvin to win, and I predicted OSP to get knocked out. So what I'm thinking is, like, obviously in a accumulator, as soon as you get one wrong, you're out. Let's scrap that idea. But if you do want to join and play along, it is quite a fun game. It does keep you a little bit more activated to the fights, let's say. But my accumulator, my full Reptile accumulator, if you guys all chuck yours in, who you think is going to win, right? Then whoever gets the most right will get some bragging rights. And as we develop this, I'm going to start chucking in some prizes as well, like maybe something like this. But not this time, because that's mine. Sorry, lads. So if you guys all chuck in your personal accumulators, and let's keep a track of who's getting the most of them right. So I'm going to go Renato Moicano. No, I'm not. I'm going to go Rafael Fiziev. Then I'm going to go Daniel Pineda. Then I'm going to go Cyril Gain, Kevin Holland, Mackenzie Dern, Tony Ferguson, and Davison Figueiredo. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so red corner I've got 4. Blue corner I've got 3. Yeah, a lot of people are saying. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me what do I think to the co-main, and do you know what? In terms of a finish, in terms of who's going to win, I'm honestly, it's so hard to break down. I did say that it is very similar to picking the same fighter on Tekken with your mate, and I think the actual fight in itself is going to be wild, like roly-polies, like I was saying, like the Tasmanian Devil, like when he has that massive cloud of smoke when you see arms and legs flying out and tins and whatever else is flying out. But honestly, I just see the action in that fight being incredible. Scrambly, up, down, level changes, left, right and center, elbows, spinning stuff like that. Like, this fight is crazy. But in terms of like who's gonna win, how they're gonna win, I mean, come on, man, it's like there's so many outcomes for how that fight could go. Specifically, that fight, like, it's crazy. I just think that Tony's. I don't know. I've been in this position before when I've watched fighters lose after a while, and everybody kind of gives up on them. But there's something about me that just doesn't want to give up on Tony yet. Like, okay, he lost savagely to Justin Gaethje, but he did last all the 5 rounds, and he took, like, the punishment that man can take. I just don't see him being finished by Charles Oliveira, not even on the ground. I just see that being like the most unorthodox grappling that the UFC could put together, really. It's going to be great. Obviously, it's going to be amazing. I just see Tony Ferguson taking it, in my personal opinion. Oh, Dan's in the house.
Both fighters coming in below the 156-pound limit. Slight half-inch reach advantage with Brazil's Renato Moicano. Now for the intros, here is the American, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC.
Yeah, this lad's been a bit strange all chat.
Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding professional record, 8 wins, 1 loss.
Right. So we are now going into Rafael Fiziev versus Renato Moicano, and it's probably a little bit, well, it's never too late, is it? But I hope you all watched the war room of this fight, because it opened my eyes a lot to Rafael Fiziev and you know, like, his capabilities, what he's all about as a fighter. So I'm very excited to see what these two are going to put together and show us. How you doing, Dan? Lovely to see you in the chat, brother.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge,
Chris of the night for him. Renato Moicano.
So pop your predictions in the chat. Let's see who everybody's got.
Rafael Fiziev in the -135 range for Caesars William Hill. This fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. Fiziev is in black, Moicano is in gold.
When we talked to Moicano on Thursday, he said he wanted to pressure him.
Hey, Dan, whilst you're there, have you seen our Christmas gifts that the PR team put together? Only for full Reptile. Nobody else got any. Apart from that guy. But we got a lovely little Christmas card here. And as you can imagine, I am definitely going to be drinking out of this cup at every given opportunity. So a big shout out to the UFC for that. Very nice. Very Christmassy in here. Enjoying it a lot.
His technical acumen. He knows so much about striking.
Toyo Tire's the official tire of the UFC. Low leg attack is there early for Fiziev.
And no telegraph at all. So he slammed that in there.
He looks so relaxed, right? Fiziev looks so relaxed.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. Look at the way he's just letting those go. I mean, if you're not used to that.
Are you guys watching this? I am at 3:41 in the first round. So if you guys want to like pause me until you catch up to that, because I don't want to be giving anything away here, because this is the type of fight that looks like it could be ending like at any time. Those kicks from Rafael Fiziev. And working that body, this is lovely.
Best course would be to try to get this fight.
Yes, this is another level. Fiziev is world class with stand-up.
Fiziev given a lot of different looks. He's gone southpaw a couple times, and Moicano has landed when he's gone lefty.
Instead of muting, you should just pause it until... Wow. Fiziev is so fast.
Yeah, Renato needs to mix it up. He should not just stand with him. I know that he's finding a little bit of success, but he should not play this game when he doesn't need to. You can't allow your ego to make you fight a way that is not beneficial to you. You should go get the clinch, try to get takedowns.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, man. All
Good.
Just getting those two first post-fight interviews up on the channel. If you guys
Love
want
it.
to check them out.
Love it.
Silvera is nothing if not a master strategist. So the fact that he hasn't
Man, those body kicks.
Something else, right?
Wow. He just fires them out so quick.
That was a nice counter.
I think Moicano is going to have to take this to the floor if he's going to survive the fight.
Moicano's got quite a lot of his finishes from the ground as well.
Yeah, he choked out Cub Swanson, who's fighting after him.
Caught him there, though, with that right overhand.
Yeah, Moicano's good. He's got a lot of experience as well.
This is his second fight at lightweight, right?
Yeah, he won his first fight.
Damir Hadzovic. Yeah.
A rear naked choke, but yeah, he fought at featherweight before that. But, you know, he's fought guys like Aldo, you know.
Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah, some really good guys he's fought.
Yeah.
Before this. Ooh.
Blistering combination there from Rafael Fiziev.
I think after this fight, this is really going to put Fiziev on the map, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just manhandling him at the moment. Very surprised to see like the domination being this strong from Fiziev at this point. Oi! 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 Jesus!
Damn!
Wow! Oh my God! He still can't stand up. Moicano is falling all over the kick. Wow!
That was a combination.
And did we see that coming? That was incredible. Wow.
Damn.
That really was beautiful. Dan's asking if we're bringing this tree home with us. Absolutely, mate. Gonna take my mum and dad's Christmas tree and put it in the tip and just
I got a little
pop this bad boy down.
White robin as well next to me.
Did you? Well, Dan's got some robins at his house, so maybe we can take this and give him a nice Christmas friend. Wow, though. Oh, that was like. That was beautiful.
That was.
Straight to the body, opening up that head. Bang. Damn. Fair play to Rafael Fiziev.
Yeah, he looked wicked there. Well, I mean, every time I've seen him fight, he's looked wicked.
Yeah.
Like, so I wasn't really expecting anything else, to be honest. But yeah, that was amazing.
So who do we put Fiziev with next? Not that we're the matchmakers, but let's pretend we are.
At lightweight, not sure. I'd like to see him against someone like Dan Hooker. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or RDA. Now RDA's back at lightweight. That would be a pretty good fight.
That would be good. Yeah. They're two good fights. They really are. I was going to say to be fair, but I kind of stop myself.
No, I've got it's like Tourette's. I say it all the time.
No. It's such a great like filler instead of Yeah. Not that I use it as a filler. To be fair.
I know. I use it like unnecessarily. To be. I don't understand why, like, how I'm using the word. It's just like, it's just a nice way to, it feels like coming out of my body that it's the right thing to say. Yeah, it's just like, well, it's always good to be fair, so.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Veterans, and with those scorecards, here's Bruce Buffer. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris Coyote's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 5 seconds of the very first round.
God, it's a bit spicy in the chat today, ain't it? Keeping my head out of this one. So, we are heading towards the last fight of the prelims, which is Cub Swanson in a featherweight 3-round bout against Daniel Pineda.
I mean, this young man, as Joe said, time and time again, this guy and his striking ability is.
Yeah, I was just looking at the lightweight rankings, like.
Yeah, what we got?
Fiziev, like. Well, the top 15, you got 15 Drew Dober, 14 Gregor Gillespie, 13 Islam.
Islam's 13?
Yeah.
I guess he hasn't had a fight in a while.
Benio Dariush is number 12. Kevin Lee would be a good fight for Fiziev, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be good.
Would be a good fight.
Do you know what? I think that's
dangerous for him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just like. Yeah.
Every
time I'm trying to think of a fight for anybody, like, I want it to be like a fight of the night. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be like, what's the word?
Competitive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know what would be next for him. He's certainly impressed there.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, say what say now. I say everything in the cage, you know what I want. This is big camp, really hard.
I'm just listening to Rafael Fiziev in his post-fight press conference with Joe Rogan. His Octagon interview, should I say. That isn't in the Octagon. But have you noticed, guys, that the commentators are sat together now? Which is the first time since the pandemic.
People are slowly starting to draw back in together.
Yeah. It like was 1 meter, then it's 3/4 of a meter, and just slowly inching their way together.
People will be hugging again soon.
lightweight division. I'm very excited to have been able to watch this fight tonight and comment it, and I can't wait to see you fight again.
Bro, can I ask you, please? My brother, my close brother, have birthday today. I want to say happy birthday to Sayat, my brother. He's my manager, my close brother. Hey, we do this.
Happy birthday, Sayat. Congratulations, Rafael.
I feel like Joe was expecting Fiziev to like ask to go on his podcast there, was the way he asked for another comment.
You heard Joe and listen to Joe.
He speaks the language of
violence. He speaks the language of violence, which is universal.
Yeah, I think Joe Rogan's a big fan of him. He was talking about him even before the fight started.
Yeah, he was actually, wasn't he?
Yeah. Very complimentary of him. But why wouldn't you be?
So we're 3/4 of the way through these prelims, and every fight has been great so far. It's that Moicano knockout though.
Yeah.
Damn, that's the reason why we're all tuning in knockouts like that.
And, Gavin Tucker got the decision win over Billy as well.
Yeah, he did, and rightly so as well.
I didn't actually see much of that fight, but it seemed like it was pretty good scrap.
Yeah. Yeah, Tisha Torres was in whilst that fight was ending, wasn't it? So that's one of the makes it really hard, doesn't it, to stay on top of like the fights whilst you're recording this and you're chatting and you're reading comments and you're looking up and someone's like knocked out. And you're like, uh-oh.
Good fight to finish off the prelims though, Cub Swanson and Daniel Pineda.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to this one. What do you think? Who have you got?
I am not sure. Cub Swanson is just a dog though, ain't he? He's such a good fighter. His fight against Do Hoi Choi, incredible. Like when my friends come around that aren't into UFC and I want to show them a fight, I tend to show them that fight, the Cub Swanson and Do Hoi Choi.
Yeah.
Got me. Hopefully he's not watching. Do Hoi Choi, or is it Do? Do or Do? That's the question here. Is it Do or Do? Do Hoi Choi, Do Hoi Choi. It's probably Do, isn't it? Or God,
I don't know. I suppose it would imagine where you're from, how you pronounce it.
Dan says Darush and La Quinta.
Yeah,
would be good.
La Quinta would be good. Where's he at the minute? Is he number 10 at the moment? Yeah, he's number 10.
Is he?
Yeah.
Moicano wasn't in the rankings, obviously. He's only had 2 fights in the lightweight division.
Yeah.
So that will set him back a little bit now. He'll have to get in some work to start creeping back up those rankings. But where are we now? Cyril Gane and Junior Dos Santos. I don't see that going past the first round.
No, I don't either, to be honest. I think
it might be
Cyril Gane is definitely Gane.
Yeah.
Cyril gone.
So I was speaking to... So we was chatting to John Gooden today, weren't we?
Yeah, we
gave
did.
us a little FaceTime and we were helping him out with his GH5 that he's just bought, showing him how to use it and all the other important information about the camera. And we ended up having a conversation about how you pronounce Cyril Gane's last name. And I've been saying Gane.
Yeah, I think
and John was saying it's Gone.
Or isn't it Gang? Because he said it's like gun.
Yeah, Gone.
So Gone, yeah. Cyril Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you said John was saying it.
Yeah.
And John Anik at the weigh-ins was saying some wild stuff.
Added about 4 E's on the end.
Cyril Gane, I think he said. What did he say?
He was like Gane.
Cyril Gane. Yeah, like as soon as I heard it, I instantly thought.
Overemphasized a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone's a little bit confused of how exactly to say it. But I mean, obviously Dan and John have commentated his fights, and they know they would have spoke to Cyril Gane or Gane. And what is it? It's Gane or Gane, right? I think it's Gane, not Gane, like I've been saying.
But yep, Figgy sure does. And Figgy goes right through his guillotine. Watch the squeeze of Davis.
But yeah, there's a little bit of a debate going on, isn't there? I think John Anik made a tweet about it as well, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'm going to just check out that tweet quickly.
But yeah, as you were saying, I don't think it's going to go past the first round.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a less violent version of, look like a less violent version of the Ngannou and Dos Santos fight. Do you know what I mean? I think there's going to be like something that doesn't look like it should have drop him,
yeah,
and then it's going to be a ground and pound.
But Cyril's good, he's a great all-rounder as well. It might not even be a knockout, it might be submission. Take him down, get a submission.
Very good point, Jamie.
But yeah, and if he gets the win over JDS, it's certainly going to put him up there.
I think we've got nobody.
Oh, no, false alarm.
False alarm.
But yeah, I think if Cyril gets the win, certainly going to put him up there with the likes of Ngannou.
Where is he in the rankings?
He's number 14 at the moment. Cyril is. So you'd imagine if he beats JDS, who's number 7, it's going to push him into the top 10.
Yeah.
And then, from there, I mean, damn.
As he won a fight of the night war against Chrome Gracie, captivated MMA fans around the world.
Can't find it. So Anthony Joshua won, apparently, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think he got a knockout in round 9.
Was it round 9?
Yeah. But I think before that he had knocked him down 2 or 3 times before that, so I think he was definitely winning anyway. But then he got the knockout in round 9. So yeah, congrats to him.
Yeah.
Stay humble.
Why is there flowers on the stage?
Aren't they? I don't know what type of flowers are, but I always see those type of flowers at Christmas.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I think they are Christmas.
I didn't know if it was something for Figueiredo or something.
Yeah, I bought them in.
You are in love with Figueiredo, so it would not surprise me if you bought him some flowers.
Gives big entertainment value.
Yeah. Is he your favourite fighter?
Yeah, I'd say at the minute. Just fired up that division, man.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love him. I'm just not surprised, but I guess I am surprised. But I'm just can't believe how much you love him.
I think it's just his. It's just his style and the way he kind of. He is.
Yeah.
As a person,
getting
I guess.
Nervous thinking about him.
No, I just couldn't think of any way to describe him. But yeah, he's cool, man. Like him.
Yeah, no, he is cool, man. Do you think you'll get a nice little red, wonky mohawk like him?
What, down the side?
Yeah.
God of War? Nah, I'd never do that.
Well, you were gone for the PewDiePie look, so you never know.
I'm gonna.
I know I can't talk, and I've been getting rips. Oh, chat, I know. My head is shiny, and it's blinding you all. It is oddly shiny, isn't it?
Yeah, the scene on the screen, nice. It's a bit warm in here. I'm quite warm today. Usually it's a bit chilly in here, but
What, man, it's cold in here, bro. It's always cold in here. I don't know who they're trying to cool down.
In the middle of a transition for a leg lock. his ACL exploded. So, I mean, that's a bad injury. A long time out, a lot of rehabilitation, but now Cub Swanson is back, motivated, geared up, and ready to rock.
I think we've got Gavin Tucker coming through. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Gavin, congratulations on the win. Hard-fought victory. What are your initial thoughts after a performance like that?
Always happy with a win like that. That sounds like it's going to feedback. No, yeah, it's a tough fight, and those are the kind of fights that make you grow. I think that the fact that we just got another 3 rounds in is great for experience too. My octagon time is building up and getting some familiarity in there, man. I think I just got comfortable in the UFC octagon. I just found a step of comfort, so I think that's a very dangerous thing.
And then Billy had a lot of support behind him from the fans and the promotion. I think people were expecting this to be a really hard-fought win, but after spending 15 minutes in there with him, what did you make of his skill set?
I didn't know who had the support. I went dark on social media for the last 3 weeks. I don't care about this stuff. It doesn't matter who supports you. My team supports me, and I worked my ass off, and I came in fit, and I came in ready. So all this thing about support, social media and stuff like this is nothing. I'm just happy I got the win, At the end of the day, it's about who's getting the win. So I'm happy I didn't have to do that job. He built the fight for me, and I just had to do my usual business,
What did you make of his skill set in there? I think you refer to it as like throwing baseballs in there on the.
Yeah, he's slinging ball. He's throwing fastballs constantly. He does, and they're pretty hard. I didn't think he was much of a puncher, but he's throwing with all of himself, and he's got this rubbery wit to his shots. And I was like, okay, you don't want to get hit by this guy. You want to keep your hands up. I tried to move, and I heard my Coco yelling for footwork and keep it moving and don't let him set. And so I tried to use those key phrases and stick to the plan. And I think for the most part, I think we did it. Yeah, I'm getting a nod. We did it.
And then one final one, is there any specific name you have in mind or when you want to get back into the octagon? I know they have a couple Fight Island trips at the beginning of the year, but when do you want to get back in there?
I'm good for every 4 months. I said that before, so there's going to be a little bit of a rest period. I have to quarantine for 2 weeks. I'm hoping I can lock some of these guys up with me so we can just continue the training, continue the growth, and I'm down for whatever comes. There's been a lot of people asking that. I told them, I said, the usual tendency is to get someone who's been in the UFC for a while with some experience. A lot of people brought up Alex Caceres to the point where I started bringing him up in interviews, and I think that'd be a fun fight. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's a southpaw. He's tall. He moves a lot, so it'd be a different look for me to have to fight this guy. He's got a good right hook. He's moving, and he's got a lot of experience, right? And I'm just getting my footing on experience, so I think those kind of tests would be. Again, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way to Alex. I'm a fan. I really think the guy's a good human too. So that would be fun, and there's a long list of other guys as well, but that's out of my hands.
So, man, you mentioned Alex. You said that he'd be a different style for you to face. Is that something you enjoy, finding unique looks and challenging yourself with them?
Yeah, absolutely. As an athlete, you definitely want to go every route that you can and become as deep as you can be. As far as challenging stuff, we're going to see all kinds of stuff. You see all kinds of stuff in the gym when you have to spar different guys. And sometimes you see tough amateurs come in and beat the brakes off some pros for a round. But you have to be ready for whatever comes. And Alex moves around, goes backwards a little bit. He's very tricky. I think that would be something that would be very challenging, something I don't particularly like. Okay, thank you guys.
Slip by Pineda. We'll see if Swanson can make it pay for it.
A little slip after a hard impact.
Look at the back leg of Swanson already. He's
got to look out. Look out. This is literally how he.
Some behind the scenes for you.
This has to cause a little bit of concern.
Yeah, got out of there. Good job.
I mean, just mentally, after going through that, going through the rehab, the moment you feel your leg in that position again, it has to be scary.
Yeah.
You know, we even started limiting leg lock transitions in practice because they're so dangerous. And when you're going with straight jiu-jitsu guys, they love to jump on your legs for some reason.
I blame John Donahere.
Really?
Yeah, Donahere Jet Squad and Dean Lister.
Yeah, they love jumping down when they love jumping on those leg locks, man.
It's crazy how much the game has changed. The game literally shifted to a leg lock dominated game. When before that, it was very few leg locks. And early on in jiu-jitsu, leg locks were actually frowned upon.
Yeah.
If you attempted a leg lock in a jiu-jitsu tournament, Brazilians would boo you. They hated leg locks because of that very reason. They felt it was cheap. And they felt like it was very damaging to, if you did it in training. A lot
Is
of
Daniel
guys
Pineda
get destroyed.
Danaher death
They'll never
squad?
be able to compete again. Look at this.
Right, I just heard something.
Oh my goodness. Armbar attempt here. Comes out.
Ooh.
Goes on the back.
Very nice from Cub to escape that and get into that position to break. Ooh. That leg kick looked. Oh, spinning back kick to the thigh, wasn't it? Jeez.
Way to roll with the takedown by Swanson, but look at Pineda with the adjustment, and now he finds himself on top.
Didn't expect this fight to look like this, if I'm honest, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Both men Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, but Pineda historically the much greater submission.
Ooh. He just dropped him there. Gotta be careful here, Cub. Don't get too excited. But Cub's a veteran, he knows. Cub cut 20 seconds. He could finish this. But he is being very patient. 10 seconds left. Oh. Oh. Oi. Oi. Cub is bringing it here. Very, very nice fight. Take tips from what about? God, it's getting so cold in here, guys.
Into that leg kick, Daniel, fake a shot.
Just be aware.
Sorry, Sauce. I am giving out a few. Ooh. They are justified oohs as well.
Next Saturday, we've got phenomenal fight night to close out the 2020 UFC slate. The main event.
It's last week tomorrow, isn't it? Jamie is editing, he can't hear me, I don't know why I'm talking to him. Nice body shot there from Pineda.
He seems to have recovered quite a bit, and his corner is calling upon them to attack that left leg.
Cub is looking sharp.
Left leg is real damage, but boys,
But he did seem to hurt his leg. And he's changed. Has he changed stance? I think he's changed stance because the lead leg previously was the one without tattoos, from what I can remember. And he got badly kicked to it and looked like his leg gave way. And now his lead leg is the tattoo leg. Oh God, Cub is punishing Pineda here. And he's taking his time about it as well, which is an art form in itself, really. But he's just got to be careful here.
fantastic takedown defense by Cub Swanson. Look at him trying to move the head back to the inside. He didn't allow
Hey
the
Bradley
Davis
Roach.
on the outside.
A lot of people do have Mackenzie Dern for this fight, but this is arguably one of her toughest tests in the UFC because her opponent, Werner, well, that was actually quite easy. The letters threw me off there. But her opponent Werner is also a bit of a grappling expert, we could say. Oh! Oi, oi, oi! Wow. It's almost quite similar to the Moicano knockout. Wow. Cub just spits out his gum shield like a boss. Wow. I don't think Mackenzie is probably going to lose, to be honest. I don't know, to be honest with you, Bradley, mate. I was just really saying that this is actually going to be quite a big test for her on the floor. But God, what a knockout. Jeez. Did you guys see that?
And you see the emotions flowing out of the father of three, Cub Swanson, Royal Saint and King.
Very cool.
Getting it done in a big way tonight. And
Cub seems very emotional about that win. Happy tears. Are you on 1-1 to the source? So am I, to be honest with you, mate. I'm 1-1. I had Rafael Fiziev and Daniel Pineda. Oh, here is Rafael Fiziev.
Killer Cub Swanson, Bruce Buffer now to make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith has called a stop to this.
Congratulations on the win. What are your first thoughts after a performance like that?
Sorry, brother. I'm sorry. My English is very shit. You know. I want to say like not long questions. You know, like, and talk with me like with people who don't understand English. You know, because my English is really shit. You know. So.
What are your thoughts on your victory?
What I what?
What are your thoughts on your win, your knockout?
Okay.
Talk your knockout.
What I feel like, yeah. I feel amazing, and like it's like I can't find words in Russian, but in English I can find 100% more. You know, like I'm very happy now. Just want to eat everything what I can.
Is there any names or opponents you want next after that win?
Doesn't matter with who and where. Just I want to stay busy next year. Because sometimes we ask people. Sometimes I ask someone, "Hey, let's go fight," but 2 times cannot, you know. And just now I don't want to say, "Hey, let's go fight." I'm not like really top guy now. And just if UFC give me someone for kill, I'm ready to kill him.
When do you want to fight again? I know in next month the UFC is going back to Fight Island for a bit too. Is that something you would like to be on?
Okay. No, I'm not like Figueiredo, and I'm not like Superman, you know. Just I want to rest a little bit, and the next year, maybe 3 months. Give me 3 months, and I'm ready again.
And then one last question: what's the story with your hat?
Oh, this is papaja from Azerbaijan. This is my traditional, my nationality, and my history, my family history.
What are you gonna eat?
Whoa, everything, bro. Just no pork. Just no pork and everything what I can, you know.
Have fun.
Rafael, over here on your left.
Okay.
Hi. I know that Conor McGregor liked your knockout on Instagram. What did you think about that?
Oh, he know me now, yeah? Phew. It's crazy.
Did you get more followers because he commented and shared it?
I think yeah. Last week I have more followers in Instagram and everywhere, you know. And Conor talked something about my lean backs. He say like when you do high kick and if you see guy do lean back, like half second do X kick, I don't understand how he do this, you know. Like.
Thank you.
We got candy in the back.
Wow, it's nice. I take it now. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're right back to get you primed for the pay-per-view after this.
Hello. He does seem like quite a cool dude, Rafael Fiziev. I was going to ask him a question, but I don't think he'd properly understand. So, get ready. The JDS fight will take 2 minutes. Yeah. I don't think you're too wrong there, to be honest. Who do you guys see winning? JDS and Cyril Gane, because Cyril looks incredible. When he was stood up there weighing in yesterday, I know he's a heavyweight and I know I'm puny, right? But still, the guy looked huge. Like, there's something about Cyril Gane that reminds me of Anthony Joshua. I don't know if it's the mannerisms, how he holds himself, but there is something Anthony Joshua-esque about Cyril Gane. Am I wrong there? So it looks like everybody's choosing Gane here. It's going to be interesting to see a French card in France, a UFC in Paris. They've got a lot of guys now that could be headlining that event. I mean, how much of a better event to introduce the UFC into Paris than Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane? Obviously, Francis has spent a lot of time in France. I believe that's where he first learned his martial arts. And obviously Cyril Gane is properly French. I think that would be an awesome headline to take to Paris when COVID clears up. But I have just forgot that Brandon Moreno is fighting Figueiredo. I've just seen a highlight clip there, and it just reminded me, like, it feels like every fight from now on is the main event. But as we get closer to this is really going to be something special. Very much looking forward to it. I thought it was interesting that McGregor has spoken about Rafael Fiziev. I do want to go over and have a little look at what Conor McGregor said about Rafael Fiziev. So I'm going to go have a little look and I'll share that information with you.
Turn that fight around quick.
Okay, so I don't know what Gabriel Gonzalez was on about, because he mentioned that McGregor tweeted about the Rafael Fiziev knockout, but I can't actually see anything on his Twitter.
That's the highest mark among active UFC flyweights. He's also attempted more submissions
Gabriel.
for 15 minutes than any flyweight in UFC history.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier sounds trite, but
I was going to ask him, but you didn't hear. He's got his headphones on. Let me have one last look on Instagram, see if he did it there. But I am interested to hear what Conor McGregor does have to say about Rafael Fiziev.
Put an exclamation point on his wins, and Davison Figueiredo has done that. And when he lands, guys go out.
Nope, I'm not sure where he's got that information from.
And this guillotine submission is a thing of beauty.
But apparently he did mention, like, Rafael Fiziev seemed to know what he was on about, and he mentioned something about his lean backs with his kicks and an axe kick, and just trying to find out what all this information is, and it seems harder to collect this information than I anticipated. So sorry to let you down there, guys. But if any of you do even know, chuck the link into the chat so we can talk about it. But so far I can't see what's going on about that. Well, I looked on Instagram and nope. Yeah, McGregor does delete a lot. You're right. I was interested in what he did have to say about Rafael Fiziev, though. Let me ask his friend. Oscar, what's going on with McGregor and Rafael Fiziev? I can't see anything. What Gabriel Gonzalez mentioned, that Conor McGregor mentioned something about Rafael Fiziev, but
ESPN MMA Instagram account, they put a clip of Fiziev's dodge of the kick, and I guess Conor commented on it, being like, "Oh, if you guys, if you're doing this and someone does the pullback to avoid a kick, you can turn your kick into an axe kick to bring it down on them." And he said, "Oh, you should try doing that to me." And that's the end of that story.
thank you very much. It's a story I wanted to know. I appreciate that a lot, mate. I am just going to have a little look at that. The power. The power in this, man. Just like it's, everything is thrown with such lethal tenacity. Body shot, overhand, hook. God, that is nice. That is something that's like a combo, like a relatively basic, beautiful combo that hit the body open net. Oh God. I'll show one more time if I can. This is a repost. Come on, man. Dum, dum, dum. God, that is beautiful. So apparently McGregor's commented on this, but has he deleted it? Oscar. Oh, Tinder's kicking off. I'm going to open this chat back up. Big thanks to all the boys in here. A lot of you are the regulars here. And it's cool to get to know everybody. Thanks once again for joining, everyone. Really appreciate it. We are going to cut this stream after the Cyril Gane and JDS fight. So I'm going to jump on and help with the exports and get some questions for the main card ready and for the post-fight press conference, because I need to, if Dana comes in, I'd like to ask Dana some questions as well. And on that note, if any of you guys have any good questions to ask Dana that aren't going to make me get kicked or anything, then please pop them in the chat, and we'll do our best to ask them that. And again, same for Tony Ferguson, Charles Oliveira, Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Monero, Kevin Holland, you know. Yeah, well, we appreciate you joining as well, Adam. It's not even that I want to watch the fights, it's that I need to get some, I would like to help Jamie a little bit. I need to get some questions prepped, watch the fights to get a few questions, because I'm doing this and it's hard to even watch any of the fights. So when fighters are coming in, it's quite hard to know what to ask them. It's not that hard, but it's harder. Can you please ask Dana about if Khabib is not coming back? Is Dustin versus McGregor going to be a title fight? I kind of already know the answer to that, the source. Can you ask Dana about Khabib? So I heard Dana saying the other day that he's meeting Khabib next week or next month, and he's going to be discussing things then. So if I do ask him that, I know he's gonna say that straight away, and not really lead anywhere with it. Is Dustin versus McGregor going to be a title fight? No, 100% that won't be a title fight. I don't think. But if Dana is banking on Khabib not giving up. So even if he has a meeting with him and Khabib still says I'm retired, I don't think Dana's completely buying it. I don't know why, because typically when Dana says if you're thinking about retirement then you should retire, and I support that, but I guess when it's someone like Khabib Nurmagomedov, things, your perspective on that can be different, and understandably so as well. But I don't think even if Khabib says that, look, this is my last fight, that was my last fight, I don't think Dana buys it, and I don't think Dana would want to turn the McGregor-Poirier fight into a title fight, because it's accepting his loss to Khabib, and if he still thinks he can pull him back March, April time, then I think that's probably what's going to happen. So with regards to those questions, I do like them personally, the source. It's just I know kind of what he's going to say to that anyway. So thank you very much, the source. Always appreciate your input. But if you've got any more, bro, chuck them in and let's talk about them. James asked Dana what Tony Ferguson has to do to get a title shot. Yeah, that's not a bad question. I think, again, at this point, that I'm not sure how redundant of a question it is, because what if Tony Ferguson loses? Then the question doesn't work as well. Tony Ferguson. What is it? It's a valid question, Adam Randall's, especially if he wins. So I will jot that down in a second. In fact, let me just take a screenshot and I'll formulate that into a question for you. Appreciate Jamie's dad. Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of people want to know about Tony getting a title shot and what he needs to do for it. So I will definitely try and formulate that into a question for you guys. Thank you very much for your inputs here. This is great. This is really awesome, actually. If you guys keep chucking in some questions and what to ask, I might keep the chat open for a little bit longer, because it's helping me do what I need to do as well, and I find it interesting to see what all you guys have to say. Thank you, Stanley Moon. Thank you, Nicholas M. as well. I was thinking, right, what do you guys think to us doing this, right, but giving it a little bit of a twist, and we add some, we play some beats behind it as well, so it turns into a little bit of an ASMR Fight Day podcast, where we have some lo-fi beats in the background, and we're just talking about the fights, but we're talking about them in a chilled manner. I think that might work.
pasted his own headline tonight as the first Mexican-born UFC.
Let me know in the comments. I mean, I might even trial it right now if you give me a moment. Welcome to the ASMR Full Reptile Fight Day podcast.
Excited about this division because he's not just technical, which is what we come to expect from flyweights, but he's a destroyer. He's a knockout artist and he's a finisher. The highest finishing rate.
I'm still learning a lot about how. I'm still learning a lot, about how to use this software, OBS. Because half the time it seems like logical, and then you try and do something else, and it gives you an unlogical response.
They said he looked like the kid from Bad Big Lovin', but now he looks like a crawling man. He doesn't have the baby face anymore. He's an assassin. He's here to get the belt. And to watch them fight on the same night on the pay-per-view last month.
Just saw that comment. Ask Dana to name 5 people who are getting cut. Yeah, that's not a bad compromise, is it? From 60 to 5. Dana, can you just give us 5? Or 1 person? These are good, man. These are good. I like it. I'm gonna just like... Let me get my iPad. My fight pad. 6/20/26. I don't know why I just read out my password there, but you have to find me first. Yeah, it does seem logical, the source. It's something that I think kind of goes without saying, really, doesn't it? If UFC are releasing 60 people, 60 plus, 60 to 80 people, and JDS loses again, then you're right. It's logical. It's very logical. There's a lot of music we can listen to, so don't worry. Remember, we open with a live screen, and that has a lot of music on it. Well, it has music on it, and I was thinking that kind of music, you know. So that's what I was going to trial it out with in a second, but like really low, and then me speaking just a little bit more relaxed, a little bit closer to the mic. Get a little bit SMAR going. For some fight SMAR with the odd scream from the good knockout. Adam, that question got brought up by BT Sport. If you haven't seen it, head over and watch that. I think Adam plays a game with Dana White. It got released about a week ago. It's on YouTube. Adam from BT Sports and Fight Disciples, Adam Cattrall that is, does like a little quiz game with him on like a who do you prefer, what do you prefer kind of thing. And he asked, who do you want to see, Dan Hardy versus Nick Diaz or Dan Hardy versus somebody else, can't remember, and he chose the Nick Diaz one, but he did open by saying these guys are retired, why are you asking me about retired fighters? So, but he did end up picking Nick as well, so at least Dana knows what's up if the situation came to it. So I was gonna, right, what was it, right, Tony Ferguson title shot, somebody's probably gonna rob that from me though. Tony Fergs title shot. See, that's another thing about preparing and getting all your stuff ready, is that like you can do all the work in the world and think you've come up with a good question, and then somebody kind of asks the same question in a worst way and you get half an answer. Then it comes to me and it's just like, oh, well, I know you've touched upon it a little bit, but I'm going to sound like I wasn't listening if I ask you the same question again. So that's quite annoying at these post-fight press conferences. So it's good to have backup questions. Although my backup questions have been pretty appalling in the past.
BJJ World Champion, the 16-1 Vina Janjidova. A former Invicta FC champion, Janjidova has a suffocating top game, and tonight, in the biggest spot of her
Yeah, Max versus a beat. Max versus Qatar. Max versus anybody, let's be real. So we've got Tony Ferguson title shot. How does he get it? What does he have to do? What was the other one? Oh yeah. I'll possibly ask this question. So 50-50 at the moment. Possibly ask for a few teasers for who's being cut. Has anybody else got any good Dana questions that they would like answering? How soon will we see Ortega versus Volkanovski? Hopefully soon. I really like that matchup. I don't see Ortega going back to Fight Island though, because I don't think he really enjoyed coming out here last time to Fight Island, and he was very, very, very quick to get home to California. I just get the impression he didn't really enjoy being in Abu Dhabi and just was there to fight and to do his thing and to work, get his money and go home, which is fair enough. That's absolutely fine. But it just made me think, will we see Ortega doing that again so soon? Probably not. And I know Volkanovski is the guy that will ultimately get to pick where it is, and you know, I'm sure Volkanovski does have a visa by now as a UFC world champion. But we know that Abu Dhabi is much closer to his residence in his residence down under. So he could end up pulling Ortega there if that is the fight to make. But I like that fight, mate. I think that's good. I want to see Dana get angry about Logan. Yeah, me too, actually. I might try and... Logan Paul. I might try and set him up there. What does Logan Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather say about the state of boxing right now? I think that's how I'll phrase that. And let's hope he goes off on a big rant. And I think the schmo won't like that. Logan Paul, right, Dana. Logan Paul, the state of boxing.
I'm really excited because it's a big test for me as a former champion. And because I don't have these years, so I'm really hungry.
I see a lot of potential in this guy, you know.
Yeah, from anybody's perspective. Oh no, I said down under the sauce. So that's what I meant by Australia. Like, from down under. From Logan's perspective, it's a good move though. Floyd only has money to gain, rep to lose. From Logan's point, yeah. I mean, come on. When a man sits you down and puts a piece of paper in front of your face to say, here's $100 million, for example, stand in this ring for 15 or so minutes and punch a man, like any human is doing that. You know what I mean? It is that simple. So, yep, I understand it. Completely understand it. But do I understand why the powers that be created that? No. No, I don't. What I do, obviously, capitalism, consumerism, money, 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 money. But, you know, again, it's just the state of boxing, really, isn't it? That is. Yeah. Not really sure what else to say about that.
Logan Paul Mayweather. Yeah.
Might ask Dana about that.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't bother me because I'm not in boxing. Boxing is boxing, but it bothers me to see like people drooling over it. It bothers me a little bit watching media making their social media posts. They, just because they know Logan gives you likes and you'll get some likes, it's just like, man, full Reptile ain't snooping that low ever. You'll never see a Logan Paul breakdown, a Logan Paul picture on full Reptile. You won't see anything like that ever.
I'm more disappointed in Mayweather though.
I'm not. I get it. He's old, and
I mean, why would you?
he's he's in that world though, of that TikTok world. He's like, I don't know why he is. I don't know how he got there. Like, I really don't know how he got there, but he's there, and he's got a house there. He's living there. You know what I mean? He's like made himself part of that culture, that money culture, that instant culture, that just like what that culture of just. How do I get likes and money? And it's just like, okay, well, like Donald Trump fighting like Floyd Mayweather will do well as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, like where do you stop?
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but come on, guys, like do something else. Like, why box? I mean, why? No, all right, fine, do your thing, do your YouTube boxing, go ahead, do it, but why mix it with professional boxing? Like, I get it as well. Like, I do know what I'm saying, and I am hearing myself. I get it. It's the money and the eyes, and like after, if you're a pro boxer, like Billy Joe Saunders, yeah, and you're on a Logan Paul undercard, like, come on, man, do it separately or something. Like, that's where the mixing of it for me just becomes like embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed to be a boxer, a good, notable boxer with belts, fighting on a Logan Paul undercard, just so people like get to, like, what the.
The thing is though, like, what if like Logan Paul just got lucky and hit Mayweather and like knocked him out or so? I know that's probably most likely thing to happen,
just
but
like,
what does that do for Mayweather as a professional boxer, as his career, as the
nothing? It just cheapens his 50-0.
That's what I mean. Like, why would you, someone of his stature and one of the best boxers ever to live, like, why
in
would you
his
put that?
head, in Floyd Mayweather's head, he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks that everybody wants to see this because that's his world. That's who he's engaged with. That's where his friends are. That's his LA kind of world, or wherever he's from. Like, that's what he surrounds himself with, is people in that industry, people chasing those same goals and talking about each other, and that's what he thinks is important. It's just like his surroundings that have told him that, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
Listen, man, I love this guy. I mean, this guy's been around. This guy's fought everybody. He's as pleasant as you could ever imagine, but he's not.
I'd be more interested in watching Trump fight Floyd Mayweather. Like, Logan Paul could, like, it's just.
Should do that in the next presidential election. Have a boxing match. Whoever wins gets the presidency.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I got Sim Floyd to do it.
So we're going into Dos Santos and Cyril Gane. John Anik seems to have changed his tune now. Cyril Gane. Thought it was Cyril Gane.
That's weird. They're both 6'4", but Gane looked so much bigger than JDS.
He looked
didn't
thicker for sure. I don't know what they were wearing on their feet.
Yeah, true. But yeah, he just looked huge, didn't he, yesterday at the weigh-ins?
Yeah, he looked
Get
massive.
over the size of him. Although we've seen him at Fight Island as well. I know he got his fight cancelled, but he was around the hotel and stuff.
I know,
and
man.
He was an absolute unit.
Have you ever seen Cow and Chicken? Have you, like, like when Cow and Chicken are talking to their mum and dad, and it's just legs that you see? I remember I sat down and like these legs just went past me, like at my head height, and I took me back to the cow and chicken days.
I used to love that show, man. I Am Weasel as well.
Yeah.
That was good.
I wonder if anybody in the chat is a cow and chicken fan. You've probably got to be from the UK, right? Or is that
No, it was
American?
Cartoon Network, wasn't it? So
Yeah, maybe.
it was American.
Maybe. I love cow and chicken.
Ed, Edd and Eddy was my personal favourite.
Yeah, you are literally like someone just pulled you out of that show.
When the action begins, our referee in charge, Jaron Villel. Lone main card assignment for Jaron Villel. The beautiful Brooklyn Wren is with us tonight. Junior Dos Santos. Looking for his 16th UFC
Right.
win. He won the heavyweight title back in November of 2011.
And it's over. 0 games won.
For those with a fighting spirit, Dos Santos is in black, Cito Gon is in blue. Here we go.
What do we think? The first shot? Like I said, I
Anything could
imagine
happen,
some
but-
weird shot coming through and dropping JDS. Like, you know, like how Francis knocked him out or dropped him. It was like, what happened there? I kind of see something like that happening. Like you were saying as well, Ghana is very well rounded and won't just strike.
Mm-hmm. He's got to be careful though. I mean, JDS. One shot from JDS, I'm sure, still put you down.
And that'll be the difference you see in the fight, right? Cyril will do more kicking, Junior mainly boxing. But when he's flowing, when he's jabbing...
I honestly can't even imagine what it is like to stand opposite someone like that. I guess it's all relative, isn't it, when you're... Ooh, nice uppercut attempt there from JDS.
Switches stance so much as well, doesn't he, Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
Because he's using his legs. Junior's never been a big kicker. He has kicks. Stopped Mark Hunt with that wheel kick, but most of his attack is with his hands.
And right now you see Junior has a very good jab to the body. That's when he's fighting effectively. But right now, because Gon is a southpaw, now the lead hand that has to go to the body is the right hand, and it puts him in danger. So it almost eliminates that jab just by being in the opposite stance.
Shake your legend at EA Sports UFC 4. Get up
Nah.
50% off for a limited time on Xbox.
We are on the first fight of the main card now, Boris. We've got Junior Dos Santos in this heavyweight 3-round bout. And then right after this, we have the very entertaining Kevin Holland in a middleweight 3-round bout against Jacare Souza. And once that's decided, we move on to the Coco main, which is a little bit of a grapple frenzy in the women's strawweight division. We got Mackenzie Dern against Verna Jandiroba. Verna Jandiroba. And then after we come to a conclusion with that, we head on to one of the fights that I think most people are most excited about, which is the Tony Ferguson lightweight bout with Charles Oliveira. Sadly, a 3-round bout. I think we would have all liked to have seen this as a 5-round bout. But we do have a concluding 5-round bout with Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. And literally every single one of these fights is pretty much a main card event. JDS has just taken the second nut shot of the night. First nut shot was on Chase Hooper, and actually I think Chase Hooper got a cheeky nut shot on Peter Barrett as well.
Yeah,
so
there
this
was a
might
couple.
actually be the third nut shot. Yeah, Ferguson is the co-main. To finish the event, we have Davison Figueiredo in a flyweight 5-round main event title fight with Brandon Monero. And Brandon Monero came off a win, some would argue a fortunate win, from Brandon Royval. And Brandon Royval is one of those guys that you definitely have to keep a lookout for 2021. A real contender, an amazing mixed martial artist, and a very, very, very aggressive little fighter. A lot of people have been saying that he bears similarity to like a little Nick Diaz, and I like that comparison a lot. He is a real fighter. Is Brandon Royval. So he's one to keep your eyes on. I'm sure you are all keeping your eyes on Brandon Royval, especially after his fight with Kai Kara France. His fight with Kai Kara France ended up being like one of the fight of the nights in Fight Island, and it really was an awesome fight. So when Brandon Royval was due to face Brandon Monero, I kind of thought Brandon Royval was going to take it, and he was very unfortunate to dislocate his shoulder in that fight. JDS is throwing some bombs there on Cyril Gain, which made me pause. Wow. This is cool to see. 4 seconds left though. But what I was saying was, as we conclude the first round, was the Brandon Monero and Brandon Royval fight. I honestly thought Royval was going to win that. I think Royval is probably one of the most underrated, talented guys in that division, in the flyweight division. I just think he's awesome, and he's a new signing as well, relatively new signing for the UFC. But everything about the way he fights is just awesome. Personal favourite of mine, Royval is. And if he didn't dislocate his shoulder in that fight, who knows what would have happened. But I had my money on Royval for them. But Monero managed to do the job. He's an awesome fighter. Really, really good fighter. And an absolutely lovely guy as well, which he seems. So it's going to be interesting to see this. You got Davison Figueiredo, who is like a nasty, mean dude. And then you've got like Brandon Monero, who's the polar opposite. So if Monero does win, it will be interesting to see how Figueiredo reacts to that, because I know for a fact Brandon Monero is going to be a true sportsman, gentleman, if he does win. But how does Figueiredo react to that type of thing in the moment is going to be quite interesting if he loses. But I personally have Figueiredo winning.
Junior and Luis had the successes together and the failures. They're a family. So he gave them the right message. Surprise him with takedowns. Get close and mix it up a little bit. Let your hands go.
I think from Dana's perspective, the Khabib meeting is 100% to do with the 30-0. I think from Khabib's perspective, it might not be. It could be all sorts of different things. From Khabib's perspective, I was thinking, who knows, maybe we're going to go see Eagle FC try and get on the UFC Fight Pass. Maybe that's what Khabib wants to speak to Dana White about. Maybe he wants to get his new promotion on the UFC Fight Pass. I mean, it would make a lot of sense from a business perspective. And I don't think Dana White is possibly even thinking about that. I might actually pop that down in my notes to speak to Dana about, because that's quite an interesting point. So Khabib meeting Eagle FC on Fight Pass. Because that's a possibility. That is a very big possibility that Khabib could be trying to just make business advancements with Dana White, whilst Dana White thinks that he can try and get him back for a 30. Maybe they'll do a compromise. Maybe they'll say, okay, I'll put your new fight promotion on UFC Fight Pass, help you with an audience, if you give me one more fight for 30 against Tony Ferguson if he wins. See, these are the kind of like negotiations I can imagine happening behind the scenes. Not sure what you guys think, but to me that makes the most sense from a logical perspective.
Cyberpunk 2077 available now on
Cyril Gann's eating up those legs at the minute. JDS. Ooh.
Oh,
That's it.
there we go.
Was that elbow to the
There we go.
to the head?
Chin has gone, Junior's chin. He was throwing some nice work though, wasn't he, Oscar? So, I think we'll leave this here for the UFC 256 prelim podcast from the media tent. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much for joining. Honestly, really appreciate it. And it's great to have, the full Reptile regulars in the chat. Great to brainstorm with you guys all as well about questions to ask, possible fights in the future, just all round good conversation with you guys. And yeah, we really appreciate it, and thank you very much for joining, guys, because you guys are the best. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again for everyone tuning in. Thanks for all your questions. And yeah, it's been fun. Get on with the rest of the main card now.
Yep, we're going to get on with the rest of the main card, get some questions ready for all these other fighters, get some exports done. Yeah, the usual fight day activities. But this is the most fun part of our night, is speaking to you guys, and it always will be. We can't wait to do the weigh-in show with you as well next week on Friday, and then we'll be doing our very last UFC live event. What are they saying? Sorry.
Well, they're saying it was to the back of their head.
Junior Dos Santos is arguing that Cyril Gane actually dropped him with a shot from the back of the head.
To be honest, when I...
Just going to see that one more time.
When a guy gets finished and he jump up and he starts to complain at times, and then a guy loses a fight like this.
I do feel a little bit sorry for JDS if that is the case.
Yeah, a little bit. Trevor, what do you think here? Let's see here.
Good body shot. Oh, that was a neck. It was a neck. Elbow to the neck.
Just there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think that is legal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there should be any complaining there, but I understand JDS is lost and probably means the end of him, so that's going to be a hard thing to accept for any human, so that's a bummer. Hopefully he doesn't exit with too many bad feelings in his stomach, because he doesn't deserve to exit like that.
But big things for Cyril Gane now.
Huge things, yeah.
His next fight, well, who he gets matched up next is going to be interesting.
It is. Thank you once again, guys. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, take care.
Peace out.
He has everything you look for. He's undefeated, he's young, he's a